Hey there, thanks for checking out this video. This is my 1986 GSX-R 750. I'm just going to do a brief walk around, point out a bunch of the custom work, one-off parts and stuff that I've done to it. This bike was featured on Bike XF in November of 2022. Was also shown at the One Moto Show in November 2022. It's got a Bandit 1200 engine out of a 1999 Bandit. Custom bodywork, braced chassis, lots of custom machine parts. It's an absolute riot to ride. Thumbs ups and stares everywhere I go. So let's get into the nitty gritty here. So the bodywork is mostly custom, save for the gas tank. This fairing is real carbon fiber. I took a mold off of the stock one that I had heavily modified to make it more asymmetrical and for the headlight. The front fender also real carbon fiber. It's taken off the slingshot fender. It's got an aluminum belly pan, custom fabricated by myself. It's held on with Zeus fasteners. It has full oil containment if you were going to track this thing. The rear fender is also carbon fiber. It's a custom piece, integrated chain guard. The tail I fabricated out of 5052. Has a recessed taillight. Seat is marine grade vinyl by JP Custom Seats out of LA. It's pretty nice. And then the graphics. So this is inspired by the Jordan 3 sneakers that came out in 1987 with the elephant print and the colors. If you're into sneakers, you probably know what that is. It's all paint. I freehanded the stripes, and there's like some cool stippling in the blue, and then the elephant print is all done with paint pens. So when you get real up close on it, you can see it's totally hand done. Has a 2K clear matte, so it's solvent and gasoline resistant. The red is done with one shot, and it's the only glossy paint on the whole bike. Didn't see the brush strokes in there. That was all just done with tape. And then the logos also paint, but I used a template to paint those on. All right, so the chassis has been braced, kind of like how Yoshimura did them back in the day. You can see there. The full interior has been boxed in. There's a bunch of tubing in there connecting all the headstock and everything to each other. This area has also been gusseted and braced. It's kind of hard to see in there, but all the interior of these cast pieces, you can see the welds here. It's all been boxed in and gusseted. There's a bunch of bracing under the tank. The swing arm has also been braced. Has an over brace. Better shot from it from this side. It's got kind of like a retro endurance racer style. The shock is out of a 2001 R1. It's all aluminum, fully adjustable. Racetech sells a ton of parts if you want to tune it at all. The front forks are stock. They have new seals and bushings from Racetech as well. The wheels are off Bandit 1200, 1999 again. Has EBC Pro Light discs, EBC pads, stainless steel brake lines front and rear, and Brembo master cylinders front and rear. The brakes are exceptional on this bike, considering its age. These rear sets are custom made. It's Tarozzi pegs. Motobits levers, and then the adjuster plates, and then the heel plates I machined myself. Quite comfortable, and you can obviously reposition them. There's the shifter side. So the engine is a 1999 Bandit 1200, as I mentioned. It's fairly stock. It obviously has Yoshimura engine covers. It has a Barnett heavy-duty clutch, 5-degree ignition advancer from Whole Shot Performance, stock Bandit carbs with Whole Shot Performance Stage 2 jet kit, K&N filters, Yoshimura duplex exhaust that was lengthened to fit the Bandit pump, or sorry, the sump, the oil pan. You can see that exhaust. And this is the original piece from the 80s, so it's got pretty nice little patina on it. You know, I built this bike for myself, so there's just tons of little details to nerd out when I'm doing OCD fabrication. It has Dynatech mini coils, brand new. The cell plug wires, all the wiring's been gone through. Most of the components are under the gas tank. The battery is under the seat. You can really see up in there. But it's actually quite easy to service and get to. The tail comes off in about 15 seconds. So it has a Excel, or Acewell gauge cluster. The idiot lights all work. This bike has been converted to cable clutch from a Bandit 600. It's a little stiff with the Barnett clutch springs. But not bad at all in my opinion. So I've had this bike on the road for about 2 years, and it's in decent shape. I wouldn't say it has concourse level paint or finish, but it's clean, and there's lots of nice design details and little bits and bobs here and there. Has a steering dampener there. Kind of hard to see in there. We'll get some shots of the lights here. So it has turn signals, they're just all hidden. So it's just behind that tinted visor, so when it's off, it's pretty invisible. It's reasonably bright. Okay, so a couple things that I would want to know if I was buying this bike sight unseen. It does not have a horn currently. The wires are all pulled to the headlight, but there's just not one there. Happy to work something out with the buyer if they want me to install one. I'm sure we can figure it out. It also does not have mirrors. Again, I have a set of mirrors, I just never installed them. You can also work something out there if you want those. The only potential issue it has is third and fourth gear have a little bit of gear whine. Sometimes it'll be a little louder, like it'll harmonize with something, but it's not bad at all. It's really only from about 2600 to about 3200 RPM, which is pretty low. You don't ride in those RPM range. That RPM range, you won't really hear it at all. I'll do a little road test to try and capture the sound. Been told by many people that these bikes are just noisy, and you just kind of live with it. Anyway, let's do a cold start.